Hello everyone, it's Pepsi back here in Roblox Wild Horse Islands. I was originally meant to record and post this video yesterday, but unfortunately I didn't have a chance to, so I do apologize for the delay. But today I'm going to be talking about some of the latest leaks that we have received, some of the polls that are currently in the game, as well as, and most importantly in my opinion, talk about some of the adjustments and changes made to the 2025 Summer Carnival event, because I think those are super important if you haven't already noticed them in the game. So I'm going to be going through these from the oldest changes to the newest, but there are timestamps in the video description and in the video bar down below, as per usual, if you're trying to skip to a specific section or a specific bit of information. So I am going to get started with the oldest leaks we have. On July 11th, we received this poll from Trick asking, should we add an equipment hotbar? This will allow you to quickly switch between frequently used equipment categories without opening your inventory. These category item selections would save, but could also be easily switched by right-clicking the category, and this would result in a slightly bigger UI. They also attached an example picture, so you can see that on the right-hand side, and they talk about the hotbar category, so you can see from left to right of that new equipment hotbar image, you can see there is the inventory. Then you have your harvesters, your lassos, your tools, so those are like fishing rods and stuff like that, your food, and your care tools. So those include your hoof pick, your brush, your water bucket, and other things like that to care for your horse. So that is the example equipment hotbar, and you can see that this poll has already closed because it was a couple days ago, but there was a 83% vote for yes to the equipment hotbar, and there was a 17% vote for no to I like the small UI with only the harvester and lasso that is currently in the game. So that is how that poll went, and alongside that, a couple hours later, Trick posted the sneak peek of what that hotbar might look like. So Trick says, leaks, here's an early look at the new hotbar system. You can quickly swap between the main 5 categories of equipment. Your latest selection for each category saves between sessions, so you can easily set and forget your favorite equipment if you'd like. And let me show you that video a couple more times so you can see how it looks like to switch between these. You can see Trick right-clicks on lassos and harvesters and is able to quickly switch those without going to his inventory. And one more time, I think this is super convenient for catching personally, and probably super convenient for carrying and feeding your horse. So I am super excited for this. Let me know how you guys feel about it down below. Moving on to the next leak, talking about a new poll being added in the game. That is why I'm currently on mainland, but a lot of you guys have already filled out this poll. But if you haven't already, make sure you head to a poll booth in the game to share your opinions on zebras, horns, and wings potentially being added to the game, and if so, how they should add those. So these polls are at the poll booths. If you haven't seen the poll booths in the game, they are marked on the map with a poll booth icon, and there hasn't been a poll in these for a while, but there is a new one. If you haven't completed it, you will also be seeing a message in the game chat to let you know to head over to complete it. But if you have completed it, those messages do not show up anymore. So these poll booths are on most islands. I think almost every island except the event island, I believe. And you can see the top poll highlighted in green will say zebras, horns, and wings. A lot of you guys have already completed this poll, but if you haven't, voting closes on August 2nd at 1:44 p.m. I assume that is in my time zone, so Pacific time. But voting closes on August 2nd if you haven't submitted this, so please go submit, put your opinions in, especially if you are active and playing the game. If you have already voted on this poll, it'll say you have voted on this poll, and you can click view to view your answers. So that is super important for this next section and this next leak. I'm going to head over to Carnival Island. So let me head over there. So this is the next leak we have, and this was a patch made a couple of days ago, so 2 days ago, by Trick, saying the servers are restarting with a patch, and there are a couple of important changes. So the first one is there was an adjustment to the Carnival trade-in chances for rewards. The ribbon sun hat has a higher chance of being rewarded, among other things. I know a lot of you guys have noticed that it was really difficult to get accessories like the ribbon sun hat by turning in your carnival tickets, and I'm super glad they made this change, since in the 2 days that they made this change, I've already gotten one ribbon sun hat myself. And I am super excited for those because I love those accessories. So I think this is a really exciting change, especially if you were hoping to get one of those sun hats or some of the other rare rewards. Try turning in some tickets now, and hopefully you have a good chance of getting those. The second change in this patch was the addition of summer player titles. So there are a couple of titles. These include Sunflower, Pinata, Beach Partier, and Fortune Teller. So there is 4. Let me show you those in game. So if I go under personalization, which is at the top, and click select title, they're under limiteds like the spring titles are, and you can see I unlocked 3 out of 4 so far. So there is the Pinata title, then there is the Beach Partier, which matches my avatar really well. The next one is Fortune Teller, and the last one is one that I actually don't have yet, the Sunflower title. So these are super cool, but keep in mind that Pinata title you can actually purchase at the event shop. The others, the Beach Partier, Fortune Teller, and Sunflower, you need a title unlock scroll, which you can only get from turning in your carnival tickets. You can also find these at player shops. Some players might be selling these titles, but you will need to turn in your tickets and get lucky and get one of these scrolls for those 3 titles in particular. So they look like this. This is the Beach Partier one. And then I think the only other one I have in my inventory is the Pinata ones. You can get the Pinata title from turning your carnival tickets into Sunny, but you can also get that one specifically just from talking to Larry, going to your event shop, and scrolling down near the bottom, you will see the title unlock scroll for Pinata, and that is 15,000 carnival tickets. So you can purchase that one here if you do not happen to get one from turning in your carnival tickets. And those are so cute. I am so excited. I know I noticed a little bit ago that there were no titles for this event, so I am so glad that they added those. You might have seen them in the game, and if you were confused when they were added, they were just added with this patch, which is really, really cool. And moving on to the next change with this patch, there is also a reduced ticket cost of buying event hair dyes from Larry. So we're looking at the 3rd bullet point now, and I'm going to show you back at Larry's event shop. The dyes have reduced by a significant amount. If I remember correctly, most of these dyes that were for tickets were about 12,000, so they were closer to the end of the list. But now they range from 9,000 to about 10,500. So all of these dyes have a significant discount now on them. If you were trying to save up for them, hopefully it is a bit easier to get those as well and accumulate those if you haven't gotten them from turning in your tickets. So that is also really exciting and a very useful change if you were trying to get those dyes specifically. The last item in this patch was a quick bug fix with animals with dyed hair not showing up in breeding. So if you were having issues breeding, that has been fixed as well. So that is it for the patch, and we have one last leak that was released at the same time a couple days ago, and this is so exciting. So Trick posted this event in the Happy Acres Discord, and I assume it's in the game events as well. Trick said that this has nothing to do with the poll about the wings and the horns and stuff like that, but this is just a separate event for us, and it looks like it's around a time that we previously have had like Unicorn Academy in the past couple years, but this event is completely different. This is a original event titled Magic Meadow, the Magical Tree of the Forest. And the description says, Magic Meadow is a small island accessed via a rowboat off the coast of Forest Island. Speak to the magical tree of the forest to use their special powers on your horse. Hint, you might need some obscure items and a lot of tokens each time you talk to the magical tree. So I am so excited for this. It looks like you can turn in some obscure items and tokens and stuff like that to talk to the tree, and then you get some special powers. This sounds super fun. It is a brand new original event to the game, and normally around this time of year we have like a different event going on in the game, so I'm so glad to see that we are still having an event. This one again called Magic Meadow and Magical Tree of the Forest sounds so fun. I'm super excited. I know a lot of you guys are still going to be either on summer break or still have some more time. So this is a great event to have in the game. I'm super excited. I don't know what rewards we can get, and I'm hoping we're getting some really cool rewards. Cause yeah, I'm very excited myself. If you guys have any hints, any ideas, any suggestions for this event in particular, also let me know down below. I would love to hear your guys' predictions and ideas. And with that, that is all for this video. That is all for the leaks, and that is all for the changes to the summer event. If you guys are excited for these, let me know your thoughts and opinions down below. I do Wild Horse Islands videos every single day. I do live streams every Saturday and Sunday, so if you're not subscribed, subscribe. I would really appreciate it down below, and I will see you guys in my next video or live stream. Bye, everyone.